Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you? Hi, Heather.
No.
I
Thank
love
you
your
so
pink.
much for the beautiful red
Yeah, thank
envelopes.
you.
My pleasure. I'm so happy that they arrived, and it pleases me to be able to do that.
Oh
So
my God.
thank you.
Where did you get that paper to fold the envelopes?
I have flat files,
Uh-huh.
and when I see papers that I love, I buy them because I do a lot of well, I can't say I do a lot of anything, but normally if life was normal and I felt enthusiastic, I basically do a lot of collage and decorative tiles and things with cut paper.
Oh,
Tammy,
good morning, Miss
It's
Tammy.
beautiful. The paper's beautiful.
thank you.
And the stationery too.
I got that on Amazon.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Hey, Miss Tammy,
I'm
how
glad.
are you?
Okay, how are you?
Okay, we're having construction above us.
Oh,
Down the
I've got
street.
traffic outside, so
Really?
I'd rather have traffic.
in the middle of nowhere. Go figure.
So what's going on?
Who?
You, that there's traffic.
And
That's
every day. I live on
oh,
in a little podunk town, but this road is the main road into, I guess, everywhere around here. You know, big trucks going to the farms and stuff like that. Morning.
Good morning, Miss Rita. How are you?
Doing good.
Actually, I was thinking about you because yesterday on the news they were showing kids at crosswalks, and I said, "Oh, there's Rita helping one of those kids." So all the kids are now. You don't need to do crosswalks until. Are you going to do it again when the school begins? Is that what it is?
I'm supposed to.
You're supposed to.
Supposed to.
It's not a volunteer situation, right?
No, it's a pay situation.
Right, right. Anyway,
Yeah,
okay.
I tried filing for unemployment for the summer, but you have to work more than 6 months, and I only started in February. So,
Ah,
Omar.
yep, yep.
And you don't know if you're going to do it again?
well, I probably will, for a while, but I'm not sure how it's going to be in the winter, with the rain and the snow and the wind and everything being out there.
yeah.
That's right. Exactly, exactly. Well, I
So,
think
but the kids appreciated it. One of the kids actually wrote me a little note. I still have it.
Oh,
That's
it
so
is sweet.
They made an envelope out of
thank you for keeping me cross the road.
Oh, that is so sweet.
they made an envelope out. They didn't have an envelope, so they made an envelope out of a piece of paper.
I
Cute.
love it.
That's great. That feels good, I bet, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
That's so
Made
sweet.
me feel good.
Mhm.
I know, yeah. Appreciated.
Yeah, yeah. It was really nice. I mean, it's a nice crossing. So I'll probably go back. I just hope they don't assign me someplace else because my boss just transferred to another precinct. So I'll have a new boss, and not sure. Each person does their own thing.
Right, right, exactly.
But I like this crossing. At first, I didn't because there's no light and no stop signs. So I have to walk out in the middle of the street and stop the cars. And a
Oh,
couple of times a week, they don't stop.
Oh my gosh.
That's how the crossings are in my village.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only two stoplights and they're at opposite ends of where the school are. So the crossings are kind of in the middle of that block.
Hmm.
But you're supposed to stop for anyone, a pedestrian, not just
Mhm.
kids.
Yeah.
They do have crossing guards. I noticed at, during the school. So
Mhm.
that's good. but
Yeah, the last week I had somebody, I was standing in the middle of the street and the kids were starting to come and somebody just zoomed past the other side. And I mean, I got carried away. I just started screaming at them.
good for you.
Oh
Are
my.
you supposed to take down license plates numbers or anything like
I
that?
asked my boss and she said, no, there's nothing you can do.
No.
Because I thought I could get the license plate, and other people, adults who've seen that happen, had actually said, get the license number and turn them in. But when I asked my boss about it, she said, no, you can't do that.
Oh.
Do they actually have crosswalks where you are?
Yeah, there
Or-
is a crosswalk and there's signs on both sides coming, it says 20 miles an hour, but people are zooming 40, 50. And on both sides, it says school crossing. And so they just do their thing.
Yeah, that's tough. You have to really be careful. It's,
Yes.
I live on a street that is a one-way street. There's a school across the street, but traffic comes down our street rather quickly, and we have two traffic bumps. And almost every year, there's a child because, they'll run out in between the cars or whatever, but somebody gets into trouble. Occasionally, someone gets hit. It's really scary. And I can't imagine what that feels like for you when someone does that.
Mm.
Good morning, Miss Linda.
I throw
Hi,
some.
Linda.
Good morning.
You look
Morning.
beautiful today.
Thank you.
So, so the question that I'm going to ask is this is a question actually from Adria from yesterday, which was really a neat kind of a question. And the question actually came from NPR radio. And the question is, what item is giving you joy in a pandemic? What item is giving you joy? And let me give you some examples that they listed from the NPR radio. So one person said it was an old school radio from Radio Shack. So he used that radio as a way to kind of listen what was happening during the pandemic. This one woman, which is really great, uh, one item. So what she showed was her Indian food takeout. So on the day of the pandemic, happened to be on a Friday in 2020, and she was supposed to go with some friends for some Indian food. And so they got it, and that was the last time she ever saw them. So as a result, she created Indian Food Fridays until the Indian food place closed down, and so she had to find another one. But she created that tradition. So I thought about our Fun Fridays. Um, Another woman's had a 20-sided die, like a dice. It's 20 sides to it. She is a Dungeons and Dragons player. So she used that. And then this one little boy, which is very sweet, was his violin. He wanted to play violin. And so he learned to play violin during the pandemic. And then there was another sweet story. It was a woman about she shelters animals, and it's her foster dog. So she happened to be fostering a dog, and all of a sudden the pandemic closed out everything. So now she's trying to help shelter more animals.
Oh, that's nice.
And then somebody is doing a puzzle swap. So they actually swap puzzles during the pandemic. And then, oh, this was a very interesting. It's a family, a Japanese family. They started using their traditional cooking pots and start learning to cook traditional meals because it takes so long using the cooking pots. So now they've learned all these new Japanese recipes using their traditional cooking pots. And I remember when I was in Japan, I actually collected certain pottery from different parts of the country. They were known for their pottery. So I actually had a whole bunch of them, not to cook with, but anyway. And then somebody was very simple. It was this guy who likes to take a cigarette smoke in the morning. But he says all it is every morning, he likes to watch the morning light because there's a certain sliver of morning light that comes into his part of the outside of his house where he goes for a smoke. And then this last one was this woman who created imaginary journals. So I'm thinking about you, Sue, and my memoir. So she would do an imaginary journal and she would draw something and then she would write a little something every morning. So it's kind of like you, Linda, doing a little journaling. So anyway, so that's the question for today. What item is giving you joy in a pandemic? So why don't you think of that one for a couple minutes? I'll give you mine. When I saw this question, I immediately said it was my iPhone. And that gives me joy because I take a lot of pictures. And then I post these pictures on my social media. And in a way, this is the same iPhone that's in my hand in 2017 when I was bedridden. And that gave me joy. So here it is. It's still continue and it's still alive and still kicking.
Still your lifeline, right? Yeah.
Literally, it is my lifeline. It's my
Yeah.
lifeline to the world. That's true. So,
Hmm.
anyway, so
The
that's
iPhone gave you joy before the pandemic.
no, but it wasn't like that. I don't think it was like that. It was? Oh, obviously it was. Gives her joy talking about it.
Give you more joy.
That's right.
Well, I just came across an article that I sent him about being addicted to our phones, and
Oh,
it's really.
That's true.
I mean, I'm addicted too. I'm not saying. Yeah, we all get addicted to these little things, and taking a break from it is good.
hmm.
Anyway, so what
Absolutely.
item is giving you joy in a pandemic?
I'll have to say what's giving me joy is like these beautiful sunflowers that we got from the farmer. Like I think these flowers and these little like last year when we had a pet inchworm, like these little bits of nature that are in my home
Yeah.
have given me so much joy, but more so during the pandemic than on another day. I'm like really appreciating them more. So just the
I
simple
could
bringing
understand.
nature inside our home has given me more joy than I ever imagined.
Hmm.
Go ahead. Oh, go ahead,
You
Rita.
go first, Rita.
Okay. I would have to say it's my computer and the Zoom meetings
Uh-huh.
because, our meeting has brought all of us together, which is an incredible joy every day. And I also, my friend Jean from Hawaii got me onto a Zendo session every week. So Mondays we sit for an hour and then we do a, um, a koan reading and discussion. So that's gotten me back into the Zendo, which, would have been too far for me to drive to sit for an hour. And, and then, the meetings with the volunteer organizations I belong to, we also do Zoom meetings and have continued our meetings. So I think, the computer has really brought me joy, and the Zoom meetings, has brought together so many people that I see my friend in Hawaii every week on Monday evenings, and I have qigong meetings that I attend. Open Center has classes online, so it's just been a joy to have the computer.
Yes, that's true. So talk about maintaining a
Yeah.
connection to humanity or connection to our friends. And
Mhm. Yeah,
actually, it is
more,
kind of
more so than we would have done without the Zoom meetings because I hadn't seen Jean in many, many years since we
right.
went to Hawaii.
That's right. Jean is a mutual friend of ours, and she and her husband moved to Hawaii, and they have a beautiful house there. And of course, this is way before the pandemic, but isn't it interesting how we can connect and look at all of us, Brooklyn and Florida, New York, and out here in New York, in
Montreal, Germany.
Montreal, Germany. That's right,
California. Yeah.
in
Yes.
California.
Mhm.
In a way, that is true. Thank you, Rita. And Sue, you had something?
Yes, I also was going to say our daily group, it's always different, always unique, always nurturing, and always something that I look forward to. But I would also say my front porch,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
which is something that we have utilized all year, regardless of the weather. People have stopped by. We just pile on blankets. And, if it's freezing out and even if we're sitting together for 5 minutes to reconnect with one another, that was a tremendous joy, you know?
Absolutely.
Your front porch brought us joy.
Well, come on back.
It was so
I'm ready.
All of you, come on over.
And
We've got
also,
plenty of room.
what
Potluck.
I enjoy about Sue's home is the colors that's been painted on her home.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
absolutely, talk about joyful.
it's joyful.
I mean, it is, you're walking into a living painting.
Awesome.
It really is beautiful. And yes, it was very joyous to really kind of hang out and just
Yeah,
be outside.
be normal. feel
Exactly.
feel normal with someone else, right?
Right. Right.
That's what we need to move back toward.
Yeah.
And also for me, it reminded me just hanging out on the porch. When I was growing up, we had a front porch
Mhm.
and a back porch in
Mhm.
Arlington. And in the front porch, that's what we did. We just hung out, sat on the steps, and just schmoozed with the neighbors. And our neighbors would come up with their bicycles, and they're sitting on the bicycles on the front sidewalk, and then they go off, and then so
Yep.
yes, front porch. That gives us joy.
Definitely.
How about you, Miss Tammy? What gives you joy? What item? That's the question. What item is giving you joy in a pandemic?
Oh boy. Well, first thing that came to me was wine.
Ah, wine is a wonderful joy.
Um, I mean, to me, I consider the pandemic was the time that I have off. I had the 2 months off. Um, and I just really, I loved, I guess the item would be like the time that I got back, I guess, and I could just, it took me 2 weeks just to kind of decompress. And the weather, I remember it wasn't so great in April, but in the beginning, I remember laying on my deck on the chaise lounges and just like collapsing almost, and because it was stressful. I mean, nobody knew what was going on. And I really embraced the time and not having to have obligations. It's hard for me to say no sometimes. And I nobody was going anywhere or doing anything. So it was just like, nope, can't do it. And it was a relief, I must say. So wine and time.
Oh, I love that. Wine in time. That's great.
Wine time.
Wine time.
4 o'clock.
Wine
That's
time.
and how about you, Miss Linda?
I got several, but the two that first that came to me is my foodie grill that I invested in, and I'm so happy I bought it because it allows me the Ninja Foodie Grill.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it does it. It grills and it bakes and it air fries, and I have a static thing. I'm sorry. It's just I'm happy I bought it. It allows me to cook and cook healthy, and I like grilling food, but I just never really grill anything, especially steaks. And I put it in the oven one time and it came out too tough, but now I can actually grill indoors, which is awesome. And that brings me joy. That brings me joy. And also the Facebook live streams that all my friends, my musician friends put together. And week after week and sometimes daily, they did things and music, and that just brought me joy. And they all created a little community of everyone. We have there's Cecil, he had the Mighty Online Gang, with Brian, we have the hangers and the hang club, and I have made very close friends, are like lifetime friends now. We're gonna meet each other next month, and just this is really wonderful.
great.
So they really, without even realizing it, they brought a whole community of all of us together. And we all tell them every time we do the chat that, you guys have kept us going through the pandemic and bringing us joy. So definitely thank God for Facebook and YouTube too. And YouTube too. We do the private chats through the YouTube when he does the private groups with Brian. So definitely very grateful for that. Grateful for technology that way. And the sunrises. I cannot forget my sunrises.
And the
sunrises.
sunrises.
The sunrises have been just a lifeline. Every morning, a lifeline, especially when we couldn't even go, just like Tammy said, we didn't know what was happening. We couldn't go out. We couldn't do anything. I even wanted to just go there in person, just be by the beach, by the water, by the ocean. And the group that put it together actually invited me to become a member and an ambassador for the sunrises and for all the different shows they have, because I'm always greeting everybody in the morning. So I was already doing it without even being assigned to it. I was nervous about it, but I said yes. So I did my first one last week and it was fun. I'm like, good morning, everybody. Here we are at the sunrise. Thank you for coming and being a part.
That's great, Linda.
You're perfect for that. Yeah.
Oh,
And
thank you.
where are the sunrises, Linda? Where are the sunrises?
Oh, now they're doing something in Jupiter Island, Florida. But now they're doing them all around the world.
Oh my God.
So everyone is being invited to take a video of their sunrise, and then they'll actually put it on live stream. So this morning yesterday was Florida, and this morning we had United Kingdom.
Wow.
And it was a beautiful sunrise with a beautiful lake and the trees and the flowers and just the nature of birds chirping. It was beautiful.
That's really cool.
So it's nice. It's really cool.
Inspiring. First thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning. Mm-hmm. And we all get together like a little community too. So it's nice and welcome people.
That's great.
Mm-hmm. So I love that.
We
Great
watched
question.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Tammy. Say it.
No, go ahead.
No, I said, great question, RD. That was wonderful.
Oh, well, we'll have to
Yes.
thank Adria for this question from her
Yes.
listening to NPR.
NPR.
It's a great question. Maybe
Mhm.
let's get it in a
Yeah.
different way.
Bill and I watched the La Jolla sunset in California from there's a webcam, on one of there's a few of them, La Jolla, but we got one that kind of pans back and forth, and we like to see, like, oh, there's, the hotel, or there's the shop, and there we can see people walking in the beach. And then, eventually you always we're looking for the flash. There's this famous flash that, only happens in, like, not often at all. So we're like, is it going to be the flash? Just to kind of be there because we miss it. But I'd also be amiss to say that what brought me joy too, even though, it was just the first couple of months and then I came back, is definitely this Zoom group. I mean, I can't leave without saying that, because this has just been amazing. And I'm so glad that RD and Heather, you started the Bells of Hope and are continuing, because it is just, I know. It's all him, but it's so you, and I'm so thankful. And it really is joyful.
Same here.
Behind every great man is a great woman.
That's right.
Aww.
Thank you.
It was all him, though. I had nothing to do with it. In the beginning, I did not like it, and I was not happy he was doing it, because I didn't like having a meeting every single morning in my living room. So it was all him going forward with it, whether I liked it or not. And I've grown to love it and enjoy it, and now want to be part of it. But it's so funny how it started off.
Yeah. Adjustment for sure. I mean, you've been, I don't want to say violated is a strong word, but your space has been, your boat has been rocked big time with everybody.
My mom was talking about that last night. She was saying how she didn't use the word violated, but kind of the same thing. She was saying about having the aides that were living in our small 600 square foot apartment. I mean, we had no privacy and no space whatsoever.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that yesterday.
Yep.
And anything
Not
else
fun.
you want to say? Any
No, it's
item?
funny you mentioned Jupiter, Florida, because I just heard yesterday that Jupiter and Juno, Florida have like turquoise waters like the Caribbean. And I didn't know Florida had those turquoise waters. So now I like really want to go there.
It
Have you
does. I
been,
didn't think
Trisha?
so either.
Yeah, they
I
said
didn't think
there's
so either. Wow.
turquoise waters in Jupiter and Juno.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
So now I
I
mean,
thought it was Hawaii when I first saw it.
Hawaii.
She thought it looked like
I
Hawaii.
Yeah,
thought it was Hawaii when I first saw it. Yeah, because it looked just so amazing.
yeah, I have to make it there. I didn't know we had
Me
those
too.
turquoise waters in the United States, and I'm always like traveling to islands that have that.
Mhm.
Yeah, Linda, maybe you can share that link too. That would be great.
I will. I will definitely.
Oh, that'd be
Hmm.
nice. That'd be nice.
I will.
And how
Thank
about you, Miss Heather? What item?
I already said.
Oh,
Flowers,
flowers,
sunflowers,
nature.
nature. Like we have some lavender and some sunflowers, and that's the item that's brought me joy.
So,
I don't think my phone brings me joy. It brings me, I feel like I need to disconnect more, or I feel like
Mhm.
it's an addiction, or,
I feel the same way.
Me too.
and it's my own doing. I try to stay away from it. And Sunday, I play a game with myself and I see how long I can wait to look at my phone. And I usually get to 1 or 2 p.m. and then I have to look at it. And then the one day I was playing the game, a friend of mine called and she was going to drop off chocolate chip cookies, but I didn't look at my phone until 1 or 2 p.m. So I missed the freaking cookies.
Oh God, your priorities aren't straight.
So I was like, so I don't look at my phone, but then I don't get my homemade cookies.
You learned your lesson.
Now do I look at my phone? I mean, like I'm trying to find that balance because I don't want to miss homemade. It doesn't happen very often. She drives from Long Island and she's like, "Oh, sorry, I missed you. I made you cookies, but you weren't answering your phone."
Oh
No, every night around 8:30, I turn my phone off completely. So that's one thing. And then when I feel as if I'm doing like on Facebook, let's say too much, which is pretty much how I feel, even if I go on for
Mhm.
10 minutes, I make a conscious choice to only go on once a day for 30 minutes tops. And when I have done that, it kind of keeps me away from the phone once I'm finished with that. I don't go back to look because I have this thing in my mind that I told all my friends that I'm only going to be on once a day for 30 minutes and that's it.
Mhm.
no.
So I have to look up.
No, that's great.
You disconnect every night, though. That's great.
I do disconnect.
That's
every
good.
We have a landline. So if there's an emergency, I could be reached. But other than that, I don't need to hear like the little pings and everything else coming off my phone.
Yeah, so I did that too. And then my son started working nights. So I wouldn't trust him to call our landline because I read same thing and it's in our bedroom. So I would always leave my phone in the kitchen charging. I wouldn't even have it near me. But now I'm thinking, he probably wouldn't call the landline. So the nights that he works, I do have it next to me. But fortunately, I don't usually get any. Sometimes Apple News will text me at like 2 a.m., which makes me just want to throw the phone out the window because that's just rude, Why couldn't you wait until the morning? But
Invasive.
other than that, yeah. And the algorithms that are listening to us, not that we're doing snore or whatever, on our phone, right?
Well, watch out. RD texts is in the middle of the night. He assumes people have their phones turned off, so he's sending texts at 2 in the morning. I'm like, don't text her, she's sleeping. And he's like, oh, she has her phone turned off.
Oh, well, we would forgive you.
Oh, thank you.
Aw,
Thank you.
mine is on.
Yours is on at night?
I use it for YouTube to listen to some music so I can go to sleep
Oh.
because
See,
of
she
the
has
highway.
on. I turn mine off
Yeah.
at night.
Mhm.
Actually, I put my phone across the room from me when I finally go to sleep. So when
Mhm.
I'm in bed, I mean, literally go down for the night. My phone is on, but it's on across the way from me, and I don't look at it until I really say, oh, maybe I'll look at it when I have to get up in the night just to see the time, and then just that's it. But I don't. But I
Mhm.
know that the blue light will keep me up, so then I really don't do it. Turn it on. So
Yeah, I put mine face down, and Linda too. I have a tap, I tap at night before I go to sleep. It's for
That's a good idea. I can do
quiet your
that. Yeah.
racing mind
Mhm.
tapping meditation.
Mhm.
And so that's on my phone on
Mhm.
an app. But then if if Taylor isn't working or whatever, the phone gets out of the room, but I definitely see that.
Mhm.
But yeah, I try not to be on
Mhm.
during the day
yeah, but I
either.
turn off all the volume off of all
Mhm.
my notifications. So I don't. I
Oh
only
yeah,
see the notifications. I don't hear any.
hear them. Me too. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
anyway,
Mhm.
but on that note, uh, let's do a meditation. How about that? We'll do nice meditation. So let's just relax. I'm gonna mute everybody, and the guys from the construction has gone
They
for
went to
lunch.
lunch.
So anyway, so let's just relax and breathe. It was wonderful to see everybody this morning. Our nice small group. I really, really appreciate it. And our feet flat on the floor, and just relax in our chairs, and just clear our minds, and just breathing in and breathing out. Gently inhale and exhale. And let's imagine being outside in nature, and maybe sitting along the edge of the water, just overlooking the beautiful calm waters in front of us. And just inhale and exhale and breathe. And let's begin our time together with the ringing of the bells. Hmm. And our feet is flat on the floor. We're anchored into our chairs. And let's imagine just in a beautiful field of flowers or the trees, and just relax. Relax our head and our necks. Maybe scrunch up your shoulders and just relax. Relax our shoulders. And relax our arms and our elbows. Relax our hands. Actually, my hands are in my left hand is on top of the right hand, and the heart calming mudra, and just relax. Bring our attention to our hands, which is just relaxed, and our hearts. Just imagine our hearts just floating peacefully on a beautiful lily on the cool, calm waters. Bring our attention to the lower dantian, the center of our being, and just relax. The golden stove, just centering us into our chair. Relax our hips and our thighs, even relax our knees and our legs, and bring our attention to our feet. Relaxed, the heels, the toes, just anchored solidly on the earth beneath us, and just welcome. Visualize this golden chi energy from the universe, filled with good health and love, gently, gently connecting along the central channel of our bodies, connecting to all of the chakra points, going through our legs like the roots of bamboo, going through the bubbling spring point at the base of our feet, going down deep, deep, deep down, connecting to Mother Earth, heaven, humanity, and earth. And let's just breathe and just be, breathing in and breathing out. So just gently continue breathing so calmly, effortlessly. Imagine that we're all each floating this beautiful garden of lilies on cool, calm waters, feeling the gentle breezes, can feel the warmth of the sun, and just enjoying this contemplative time together. So let's just gently come together again in our beautiful circle, just sitting in the gazebo on the side of the mountain, just overlooking the meandering river below. And let's gently take our palms and put into a prayer position. The mudra of thanks and of gratitude, Mother Nature, and then gently release our palms and place it over our hearts, or over your hearts and your dantian, or maybe a gentle hug. And just filled with gratitude and love and support and our resilience together. And I'm going to close. I'm going to close with a little different chant. Gate gate, parasam gate, bodhi soha. Gate gate, parasam gate, bodhi soha. Gate gate, parasam gate, bodhi soha. Going, going going over to the other side to be with the bodhisattvas. And gently release our palms and just kind of, yes. And just rub our palms together, wake up the chi cells. And then maybe caress your face with your warm or cool hands. And just do a little tap Tap, tap, tap along the jaws. La, 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 along your eyes. And along your forehead. Tap, 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 tap. All the chi cells, waking it up. And rub your ears. And then tap, 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 tap along your arms, the meridians, the bottom part of your arms. Your shoulders, a tap on the back. And for being here, your organs, a little tap dance on the earth like the little rabbit. And do a nice stretch. Yes, it's the best day ever. It's the 13th of July. And thank you so much for being here today. It is such a joy to be with all of you. So happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Go out and enjoy.
Have a good week. I'm going to visit New Hampshire.
Oh, that's so great.
Nice.
I'm so excited for you.
Yes. Have a great trip.
Can we
Enjoy
take
A
all
it.
the
wonderful
wonderful
trip.
strawberries,
I'll be
please?
back on Wednesday of next week. So I'm driving back Tuesday night.
Where do you go in
Good
New
for you,
Hampshire?
Rita.
Rita, where do you go in New Hampshire?
It's about halfway up on the Vermont side is where my family lives.
Oh, that's
Nice.
Is that near like Lyme, New Hampshire?
I don't think so. It's the towns are like Claremont, Newport, Sunapee.
Uh-huh. Oh, I'll have to look that up. Sounds
He
Mm.
wants to put in an order for blueberries.
That's what I'm going up for.
Nice.
I'll be your 66th customer.
Yep, I'll get you some. I just hope it doesn't rain because they only last like a day if it rains. So
Wow.
whereas if it doesn't rain, they can last 2 weeks
Ah,
Oh.
if
got
they're
it.
not wet. Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
last year I went up every 2 weeks for July and August.
Wow.
As soon as they started running out, I'd go up again.
Nice. Nice.
Uh,
Well,
Nice.
safe travels.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, have a
travels.
great trip.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'm driving on Friday, so I've got appointments tomorrow and Thursday. So I'm going into the city Thursday for acupuncture. I'm getting daring.
Oh, that's
Wow.
Nice.
Where do you go?
I go on 45th Street. My acupuncturist lost his office on 34th Street, so he's renting a room by the day on 45th Street, and he's looking for something around 30th. He's looked at a couple on 30th.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Mhm.
isn't that where our
Great.
acupuncturist is? 40?
Oh, I don't know where Dr. Yang is. We have an acupuncture who just found a renting a space to a chiropractor, and it's somewhere on like 45th Street or 48th Street, something like that.
Yeah, this is
Oh.
somebody else's, some sort of a naturopathic person. She's got a salt cave, and she's gonna
Wow.
put a sauna in, he said, in one of the rooms she has. So
That sounds
Mm.
awesome.
I saw Salt Cave on TV and I wrote it down like on First Look or something on some show.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was in New Jersey though, but that looked amazing. I just, the whole thing is just, you know, the salt, like our salt lamps. It was just so cool.
yeah,
Mhm.
I went into one in Europe at a spa probably about 15 years ago. My aunt and uncle gave it to me. The spa trip came with me for my graduation.
Oh, nice.
And they had a
Nice.
salt cave there. That was the first I'd heard of it. So I went in and sat there for an hour.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, actually, Heather and I, we actually have a gift certificate to a salt room with Dr. Nan Lu right here on the, in our neighborhood.
Oh.
So
Mm.
I should try to find that certificate.
Well, enjoy when you do. Today's Taylor's birthday, so we're gonna have
Oh, and
Happy
Ah,
birthday.
happy birthday, Taylor.
so he wants sushi. So we're just gonna order from right down the street. They've got great sushi. So and
Nice.
instead of a cake, he wants the fried ice cream. And I said,
Ooh.
that sounds great to me. So,
And how old is Taylor?
24.
Wow, 24
Yeah,
years ago.
the baby's 24. Yeah. So
Oh.
I'm excited for him. But
That's sweet.
and then he's got to work. Oh well,
Well, tell him
Still
we
alive,
happy
though.
birthday.
like he doesn't care. It's fine. So anyway, love you guys.
We love
Enjoy
you.
Mwah,
the
love you
day.
all.
Everybody.
Yeah,
See you on
Bye-bye.
Have
Have a
Thursday.
great day.
You
have
all
a
have a
great
good day.
day.
Have the
See you
best day
Thursday.
ever.
Have the best day ever.
You too.
Maybe we could come out and get. Oh, I was gonna say maybe we could come get some blueberries from her. How far a drive is it?
Oh.